one of the things that, for example, a good public transportation system does is it enhances real estate values. It allows rent to go up on properties that are well located. It facilitates the ability to support buildings with higher densities and more height. And what happens in Hong Kong, the way it's done, is the transport agency essentially sells it obtains the land from the government at pre-development prices. It then sells it to developers at the development value of the land, and it also takes a position as a shareholder in the structures that are built by the transit station. So that money then goes back into the corporation. The corporation in the case of Hong Kong, the Mass Rail Transit Corporation, MRTC, is a public-private corporation. It's 77% owned by the government of Hong Kong, and 23% it's publicly owned and traded on its shares trade on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. You can go online and you can pick up their financial statements and see how their revenue is generated and how their costs are generated. And it's a self-sustaining operation and a profitable one, because they've got a value capture mechanism. Similar things happen in Singapore. We can't do the same things everywhere in the world, but certainly in other countries, in France, for example, payroll taxes are sometimes used to support mass transit because mass transit facilitates employment. Property tax, real estate taxes can be used. There are a number of ways in which the value capture mechanism can be used, and the ways in which it's used will have to vary with the history and the culture of the urbanizing areas in different places. The most important point is understanding that urbanization creates economic value. The economic value is captured either in private holdings, it's in wages, it's in living standards and so on, and some of that has to go back into reinvestment in maintaining the vitality of the cities. And we can do that. We know enough about how to do that we can make that happen.